Hi, I'm Nancy Linaruth with unblockresults.com. And today I want to tell you about the non-negotiable that has totally upgraded my business in this past year. I just started on Friday two new MVP clubs. These are small groups of women entrepreneurs, artists, and other kinds of leaders who are meant for more, for a bigger impact in the world. And together we tap on releasing subconscious blocks to success in three areas. M stands for mindset, V stands for visibility, P stands for profitability. So for the next 4 months or so, we're going to get a lot done. And the feedback I got from past members has been hugely positive, especially around one of the highlights that everyone mentioned, that the group was so supportive of each other. So, because that is such an important piece of the MVP Club, I get really protective about the members and the energy each person brings to the MVP Club. So I've made it, in effect, an invitation only process. I will only let somebody in after I've actually gotten to know them or have at least had one conversation with them to make sure that there's going to be a fit there for the other people in the group. So I have these non-negotiables about um, what kind of people can come into the group. So first of all, it's got to be a woman. That is an important limitation I've found because it allows us to go into some areas that we don't when it's a mixed group. Anyone who identifies as a woman, they're in. Well, no, I shouldn't say it that way. They also have to meet some additional criteria, but that's a first one of those non-negotiables. These women also have to have a desire to help other people and make a difference in the world for good. It doesn't matter if they're here to like change the whole wide world or just their corner of it. It has the point is that they have this calling, this drive to help others. And they have to be willing to make changes in themselves and believe that they can do that. Because if they just come in with this, well, nothing ever works for me, I can't possibly make more money or have a bigger impact, that's going to drag down everybody in the group, and that's not going to work. And so that I'm also looking for, but of course, anyone who reaches out to me really is there. They know that they're going to make a difference, there's a chance that they're going to change for the better, and that's important to them. So really, that people pretty much self-select, but I am looking for that. Um, those are my non-negotiables for anyone that I bring into the MVP Club. And it leads to having a tight knit, supportive group where everyone cheers everyone else on through those hard, tough things we have to work through and celebrate each other's wins. And that's important. Those two pieces are so important in the group. So, those are the non negotiables I bring to the MVP Club. I also have non negotiables for myself and my business. And I want to tell you about one of them that's made a huge difference for me in the past year. The one non negotiable I'm talking about here is that every month, every fourth week, I take a CEO week. I don't have any clients. I am just working on stuff. I'm working on my business, something bigger, right? Now, we all know that multitasking doesn't work. And I have found that when I try to fit in that CEO stuff in between clients, I don't get very far with it. The CEO week gives me this chance to work on the big projects that I can't get to in between client calls. I get to actually start and then finish the things that I think are very important for my business. I can do what my vision is for that quarter, I think, in terms of the big rocks for each quarter. So this quarter, for example, I'm working on creating a referral system so that I can treat the people who refer clients to me the way they deserve to be treated, right? So that next quarter will be automating, getting some more pieces in with technology assisting me so I don't have to do all the heavy lifting myself over and over again. Uh, And I'm also really diving into what my business is, and it's changed my life and my business. Uh, for one thing, I enjoy doing my business more than I was a year and a half ago because I actually have that week to focus. Uh, Now, I got to tell you, it wasn't easy to get there. When taking a week for CEO time was first suggested to me, my response was something along the lines of, "Oh, wouldn't that be nice someday?" And then part of me was thinking, "Never going to happen." Well, the person who had mentioned this to me looked me in the eye and said, "Get it on your calendar now." It kind of woke me up, got me out of my daze. That, yeah, why not? Do it one time at least. Do it as an experiment. See if it makes a difference. Now I had to go out 6 weeks on my calendar to find a week where I hadn't already scheduled stuff. But once I did that and blocked off that week, everything else that started coming in fit in before it or after it. And once I did it, I was hooked. So I went in and my calendar, and every fourth week I blocked off for CEO week. Yeah, sometimes I fudge and I'll go the fifth week, or sometimes I have 2 weeks in a row where I've got big long training and then take my CEO week. But for the most part, I have client sessions for 3 weeks and then I've got my CEO week, and it has been amazing. At first, I was just using the time to catch up on all the things that had slipped through the cracks. I also used it for a little bit of rest time because I had been burning the candle at both ends. I was exhausted. Eh, that's an essential thing for a CEO, to be rested, to be able to do your thing, right? But now, having sort of caught up and gotten into a better place, I'm using the time to do those big things that just don't fit in between clients, which are going to lead to significant growth in my business. As I say, I'm right now setting up that referral system to take good care of the people who send me clients. Next, I'm going to set up those technology assists. And then after that, I'm thinking the last quarter of this year will be when I start writing my book or books. I actually have 4 ideas for books. So we'll see how far I get. But that's the fourth quarter. And I know that I can spend some significant time on it because I've got my CEO weeks. Now, eventually, I'm going to be able to use that time to think about bigger things like creative solutions and new directions to take my business. Um, and of course, there'll always be big rocks. So, but that's what I'm envisioning coming up. And I have to say, my CEO week got established much quicker than I thought it would. I just had to make that decision and then go get it on my calendar. So I'm creating and molding my business to serve my clients. Yes, I am obviously doing that. But my business also has to serve me and how I work best. Otherwise, I'm not going to be any good for my clients. So, what I want to do is inspire you to create your own standards, your own non negotiables. This is your business. You are creating the business and the life you want. You're either doing that on purpose or on accident. If you're creating your business on purpose, when you have those non-negotiables, like setting aside CEO time, you're molding it, moving it in the direction that's going to work best for you. When you're doing this on accident, you're letting other people carve up your schedule with their own priorities. So I'm creating a business and a life that leads to more freedom and fulfillment. And I would like for you to create the same for yourself. Now, it's going to look different from mine, but it will be something that supports you and is right for you. So, what do you dream of? What are the non-negotiables that you want to incorporate into your business in the next, say, 6 months? Do you want a CEO week? I highly recommend it. It may not be right for you, though. Maybe what you really need is a CEO day every week, every Monday or Friday. Maybe what you really know will support you in the best way possible is to have a 4-day work week with the 3 days off. Or maybe you know you should be limiting your clients to only 3 a day because more than that is too much of a drain. And here's one that maybe all of us should be doing. Maybe have a non-negotiable around turning off your phone and your computer at 5 p.m. every day and have keeping it off over the weekends. These are some ideas, but maybe you have some other ones. And if you're not already doing the creating and following through on something that you want to have as a non-negotiable, what's getting in the way? Have you tried just making the decision and making it happen, at least as an experiment? So, put those non-negotiables that you currently have or are you're dreaming of having in the comments. Please inspire me, inspire other people. Or if it's more comfortable for you, just go ahead and direct message me with those. But whatever you do, definitely create the non-negotiables. Get them on the calendar, get them into your schedule, get them into your life. They're going to make all the difference. Okay, until next time, happy tapping.